Well, howdy, howdy. How are you doing this evening? Welcome. I'm Eve with the Baby's Booty, and I am here with you guys with a DIY project. So, for those of you who do embroidery, you also may do some sewing as well. And if so, then this is a project for you. If not, I saw we. I don't know what else to tell you. Howdy, howdy, howdy. So I want to first of all let you know that we appreciate you joining us this evening. We are a crafting channel. We go over some embroidery projects. We do bling projects. We also do a little bit of vinyl and sublimation here on the Baby's Booty. We have quite a bit of fun going over a lot of the different things that are available to us out here in the crafting world. But at the end of the day, the goal is for you to have stress-free crafting, and if you want to, make money off of it as well. So we go into showing how all of this transitions over into income, if that's what you would like for it to do. As being part of the Baby's Booty, we have a website here, thebabiesbooty.com, where you can go and sign up and be a part of the hoop group, which is what we call each other here on our channel. And we also have a Facebook page, which is available to you if you want to join there as well. You can look us up and hook up with us on Facebook. We also have memberships here on our YouTube channel. So if you would like to become a member here on the YouTube channel, then there is a link in the description below that you can click and join us, or beside the subscribe button there should be a blue join button. If not, then at the end of our channel just type /join and you can become a member here on the Baby's Booty. And if you do sign up, where are you? I just had my bell. Got to have the bell, y'all. If you do sign up, one of the things you would qualify for is a bell. All right, so this awesome little bell is something that we use to celebrate the accomplishments here in our hoop group, some of which are if you get new equipment, which is an accomplishment, a big accomplishment, because a lot of times our equipment is not inexpensive. So we like to celebrate with you when you get something new. There's some kind of excitement that you get when you go to the craft store and you buy something new and you bring it home and your family is like, oh, okay, that's cute. But here, nah, we gonna cut up, ring the bell, and celebrate with you. Also, if you join the hoop group YouTube membership, we ring the bell for you. And also, if you super chat, we ring the bell for you, which Miss Stephanie was so kind as to go ahead and pop in a super chat as soon as she came in here. That's so totally awesome sauce of her. So we're going to get to ring the bell right off this afternoon, this evening. So here is the bell. If you join up, just go on our website, click the link and say request the bell, and put in your YouTube name so that we can get your account linked over and send you a bell. But for the time being, we're going to ring the bell to thank Miss Stephanie for her generosity in contributing to our channel. Yes! Congratulations, Stephanie. Thank you for your awesome sauce generosity. And we also now have a new member, Miss Kimberly Joyner. So we're going to ring the bell for Kimberly so that she can get her bell. Thank you, Kimberly. We appreciate you joining the ranks of the hoop group. Definitely go on our website when you get an opportunity. Click the link down in the middle of the page where you can request your bell. So one of the cool things about this is we are a really awesome family here on this channel. And one of the things I like to do is say hello and welcome to each of the beautiful folks that took the time out of their busy schedule to come in, visit with us, and say hello. So let's go ahead and start in our chat to Miss Latasha Jackson. Hey, Miss Dear, how are you? And thank you also for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Welcome, we appreciate it. Saskia, hello from Belgium. Wow, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Miss Tanyu, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member, captain at that. Miss Inspiration Creations from Canada, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Miss Lila Nelson, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you so much for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Miss 143 says, oh, so happy to be here this Sunday. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And thank you as well for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Weddings Designs, Sheila Cushionberry. Hi, Sheila Cushionberry. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Miss Debbie D, I emailed you. I hope you got your email. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Miss Pressure, hello, how are you? Shirley Stewart, thank you for joining us, and thank you so very much for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Miss Nancy Faust, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Heather Butler, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Miss Pressure says, good evening, everyone. Good evening to you too. Kimberly Joyner, again, thank you for joining us this evening, and we welcome you as a Hoop Group member. Crafty Bug 42, first time here and able to catch it live. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us. We like crafty bugs around here, so welcome definitely, and please be sure to stick around and join us in our group. We would appreciate seeing you around. Margie, hello, welcome. Dainty Diva, hello. PG, welcome. Bright Eyes from the Caribbean, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for being in here from so far away and beautiful place as well. Carmen Alvarado, you're welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me in that class tonight. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I definitely appreciate that too. Rebecca Ricketts, hello, how are you? Pearl Lucas, welcome. So Creative from Alabama, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yvette Long, Iris Robinson, and Shamira Customs, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Laverne Miller, Beverly Smith, Zoronda C, welcome. And thank you, Zoronda, for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Forever Blessed says, greetings to even everyone. Pray that everyone had a wonderful, blessed, and safe Thanksgiving. Thank you so very much for joining us this evening, and thank you for the well wishes. We had a uneventful, nice, quiet time here at home, which is all we could ask for. Stephanie D. Wolf, my love, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening, and thank you for your super chat again. Susan Kearns, welcome. Yes, everyone is doing well, and I'm glad you received your bell. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Sunny O'Neill, welcome. Kingsbury Crafts and Yvette, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Mary Stovall, thank you for joining us as well, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. Knick Knack Nurse and Personality 6, hello. How are both of you? Thank you for joining us. Avery's Creations, welcome. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. Simone Warren, Boracua Sewing and Crafts, Nina Smith, Margie Netro, Marianne Reddick, always welcome. Crafts and Bargains, and Shayna Kraus, whoop whoop to you too, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And Avery's Creation says, what's going on tonight? Well, what's going on tonight is going to be interesting because what I have, let's see, back in September, wait a minute, before I get into September, what did I just see? Miss Social Deb, first of all, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And Latasha, she says, I purchased and brought home my second machine today. It's a used PE 770. I already had a PE 800. In the meantime, I'll run both single needles and work towards the red line. Girl, that sounds like an awesome goal, but for the time being, we're going to celebrate the wins you got today. So congratulations! 2 5x7s, girl. You keep the machines busy and you'll have that red line in no time. Joanna Holmes, good evening to you as well. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, what I thought about doing was something different. I haven't done this before, and I first saw it back in September. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the website, embroidery design website, embroiderylibrary.com. And one of the things that they showcased was a project for a embroidered rope bowl, okay? So essentially it is a bowl made out of rope, right? Clothesline rope, basically. And once you get through the first part of the bowl, you take it off of the sewing machine. It's a sewing machine project at first, and it ends up being a sewing machine project after you do the embroidery. But prior to, you go ahead and start sewing the foundation of the bowl, and then once that's done, you can take it off, put it on the embroidery machine, embroider a design in the bottom of the bowl, and then once the embroidery is done, you transfer it back to the sewing machine to finish it off. And I just thought it was the most adorable little project that I had seen, and so I've been intending to do the project with you guys, but wasn't 100% sure how to translate the project over to live. So I was toying with actually doing this project as a pre-recorded video instead of doing it live with you all. But I figured, how fun would it be to do a project that I've never done before for the very first time on live? I mean, what could go wrong? Y'all know it's always something that could go wrong. So I said, we'll see about putting our little project together and have some fun. And then meanwhile, we'll pretty much just work on answering questions. If you have any questions about embroidery, or if you have any questions about sublimation, or bling for that matter, any questions you may have in regards to the craft or how to get the business up and going, for the most part, except for the legal stuff, of course, we are here to answer any and all of your questions this evening. So I figured while doing one, we do the other and combine it together and just have a little low-key fun tonight instead of like a hardcore, this is how this is going to be type show. So that's where we are this evening. And again, I appreciate you all joining me. I have the camera set up to show the sewing machine, and then when we switch over to the embroidery machine, we'll switch the camera over to that too, and then show you how it goes. I wish I could be more detailed in showing exactly how the bowl is made. However, I do have a link in the description below of the video that, now, Embroidery Library is where I first saw it, and they do have written instructions. At the time, they didn't have a video. But since then, I've done some digging, and I found a really good video on YouTube. It's a year old, I think a little over a year old, from a lady. She's Crafty Patty, I think is her name. It is her name. And she has a really good video on showing exactly step-by-step how to make these bowls on the sewing machine. So if you want to check that out after we do the live tonight, so that you can make your own, if you're sewing, you know, handy, even if you're not super handy on the sewing machine, this one is just like so straightforward and simple that you should be able to do it. That's one of the cool things about sewing that I enjoyed as time, you know, as I started into crafting. I didn't start sewing clothing. As a matter of fact, I don't know how to sew clothing. I mean, I do know how to sew clothing, but I don't sew clothing because from what I found, clothing takes patience. It takes a lot of patience to sit there, follow the patterns, get it just sewed. You have so many different pieces, yada yada, yaggity schmackety. So I didn't have the patience for clothes. So I pretty much just stuck to sewing crafts. Like I made pillows, I made bags, like shopping bags, reusable shopping bags. I've even made some purses, curtains, window treatments, that type thing is what I did on the sewing machine. So that's pretty much what this is. It's one straight stitch. It's a zigzag stitch, and you just go in one direction. The only difference is there are times where you will need to, you know, maneuver this a little bit, especially at the very beginning, and then as you make the sides of the bowl. But it's so straightforward, and Miss Crafty Patty made it so easy to follow her video and see how to make it. So I think you guys will be able to do it too. EJ's daughter, if you submitted a request for it, I tend to ship them out in bulk. So once we get a certain amount of them, I'll ship them all out about the same time. It just saves time and energy and fighting at the post office. I don't get out much because of the COVID, trying to stay safe. So I combine my trips and do everything at one time. But yes, you don't need to set up an account on the website unless you absolutely want to by joining the Hoop group. But you can request without having to do that. That's not an issue. Diane Wilson says, I just purchased a Brother Dream 2 embroidery machine. I've been playing all weekend. Diane Wilson, girl, I bet you was, because that Dream machine is a nice machine. So let's ring the bell for Miss Diane Wilson. Congratulations! Yes! Congratulations, Miss Diane. That is a lot of fun when you get your embroidery machine and get to sit around and play. So be sure to take the time to post some pictures of some of the projects you've been working on your embroidery machine. No matter what, we're here to cheer you on and help you out. So definitely put some pictures on there. She says, skin is so smooth and pretty, girl. I don't know. I'll have to ask my grandma. I don't know. And then right now, I've been drinking too much soda, so it's not completely smooth, but it'll be all right. Thank you, Zorando, though. I appreciate that. Let me go back and make sure. Roberta Brady, hello, welcome. And Sandra Monday, welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. Tanya said, I used to sew for weddings. It became a pain when the people did not do as they were directed. I'm gonna leave that alone, because see, you missed me at weddings. That's all you had to say, and I just would have been like, nope, sorry. Because weddings are stressful enough as it is. So when you add in a wedding on top of it, and then usually sewing for weddings involves multiple people or the bride, which is like the most stressful part of getting married as it is. So yeah, no, you would have missed me on that. So at any rate, hello, Margot McClure. How are you? Cromarty McClure, welcome. Thank you for joining us. One of the things that, hi, Jackie Creeks. Hello, sorry I missed your comment. Welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate it. One of the things that you have to do in order to start the rope bowl is start the little spiral. And according to her video, she did a spiral of about 4 loops, and this is about how big hers was, but I think her rope was thicker. So let me show you. This rope that I'm using right now actually came from Walmart. This is cotton. This is a cotton rope, and it is 100 feet, and it's 3/16 of an inch thick. So this is the type rope that I'm using right now. If you can find, right now, this is starting to catch on, y'all. Now look, y'all know I'm real big on trends and what's trending and up and coming and stuff like that. And especially with it being the holidays, this is becoming really, really hot in the embroidery scene. I've seen it in groups, right? So you might not be able to find cotton clothesline, but what you can find is go to your, most people don't shop at the hardware stores. Okay, so, and not necessarily Lowe's, because like I went to Lowe's and I got this. This is 200 feet of 1/4 inch polyester clothesline, which usually when this project is done on the machine, people are using cotton. They're not using polyester. But I went ahead and picked up polyester, and the only reason why I did is because why? Who can tell me why I would go ahead and get polyester clothesline instead of just sticking with cotton? Go ahead and let me know in the comments, because I want to see who's thinking like me. But you also can go to the second tier hardware the stores, like the mom and pop hardware stores. They most likely will have cotton clothesline, whereas nobody else will. Latasha and Forever Blessed, you're right. I was gonna try and sublimate on it. Terry Pont, Shirley Stewart, Personality, and PG. Yes. Now it's, as you see, there's a textured surface, so it's not going to necessarily sublimate perfectly, I don't think, but we're gonna try, and this is new, so we're gonna see how it goes. All right, now what I'm going to do is switch the camera over to our other machine, and give me a sec. Let me see if we can't get this to switch properly. Let's see. All right, I'm not sure which microphone I'm fooling with. So one of the things that you have to do, ooh, you cannot see hardly, can you? Nope, it's hard to see because of this light, right? See, that's sometimes, I wish I could cover up the light on the embroidery machine so that you can see what we're dealing with. Not embroidery machine, whatever the name of this machine is. Sewing machine, any machine with the light. The LED makes it hard to see. I'm going to work on trying to get it where you guys can see what's going on, cover that light some kind of way. But meanwhile, what we have to do is put it, once you get it into this tight coil, we work with zigzag stitches with this particular rope bowl. So the zigzag stitches we need to set on the machine. So let's see. And I'm going to do the widest zigzag stitch that I can. Let me make sure this darn thing got so many different settings. Okay. So, yep, there we go. That's the zigzag motion I'm looking for. And now what I'm going to do is bring just one stitch going straight down, not from this tippity top one, but from right here to come straight down. Now what Miss Crafty Patty did to help hold this, instead of me sitting here pinching it and trying to keep this in place, what she did was put pins in the sides to hold it together, so that it can be stitched. So pretty much she went in from the side and held it together by sticking the pin all the way through all the layers so that it would hold itself together, which is ingenious if you wasn't thinking along those lines to begin with. So let's pin in here on the other side. And like I said, now I have not made one of these before, y'all, so anything goes. Ain't no telling how it's gonna work out. We just gonna roll with the punches however it happens. So just to let you know ahead of time. And she also put one up here at the top. Whoops. Come on. And then she put one at the bottom, but I'm gonna skip doing the one at the bottom. So what I'm going to essentially do is now I'm going to go crossways this way and go crossways this way on our little circular coaster. And then once I go this way and go that way, no, wait a minute, hold on. We need to go this way and then we'll go that way because I want to end up, coming over here, okay? So like I said, I ain't never done this before. I know y'all like, oh my God, can she get it together? Yeah, she gonna get it together now. She gonna get it together, but I gotta try this for the first time. I haven't done it before. So I'm gonna start here and see if we can't get this to work. Now, I have my 4x4 embroidery machine set up to do our embroidery. It's already over there, so we're going to see how it goes. Hopefully the 4x4 can handle rope, but it's a pretty thin rope, so I think we'll be okay. All right, so let me get my pedal together down here, and we're going to take our time. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. And I think I hit a needle, so let me pull these needles out because you ain't supposed to stitch with needles in the way. That's a pretty wide wide stitch. We may have to go with a smaller stitch. All right, and now, okay. There, I think that's stitch. It's starting to unravel on me because we did the inner ring and not the outer. So I'm gonna take this off and trim this. And so we went this way. Now I'm gonna go this way to come out right here somewhere. Like I said, first time for everything, right? Oh, I done lost my chat. Hold on. Yeah, y'all go. I've seen the rope bows all over YouTube, but felt it would be too complicated to fool with while trying to get some Christmas crafting done. So this is very timely. Well, I'm glad it's timely for you. I'm just playing with it because it was intriguing to me. I wanted to just see if that's me, y'all. I do crafting because I want to see if I can, more so than a reason. Sometimes I have, you know, in game. Uh-oh, y'all hear that? It didn't like something I did. No, Miss Social Dev, I don't have a size 16 needle in here. Now she said use a jeans needle possibly, but okay. So I'm gonna show you what happened. I'm gonna show y'all something that happened, and let me see if I can't take this off of here because this is one of the things that people tend to want to say. Now, this is a sewing machine. This is not a embroidery machine at all. This is strictly sewing. But guess what? Embroidery machine is a sewing machine. So what can happen on a sewing machine can happen on an embroidery machine. Don't get it twisted. But what happened, it made a noise, and then it started stitching funny. It's not quite a bird nest, but my thread is stuck. Okay, so look at here. Now, ordinarily, because I've never done this before, and because I didn't change my needle, somebody could easily say, oh, well, it's your needle, you need to change your needle. Okay. And before we get into this, just let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think happened before I show you what I know happened? So, because the same thing can happen on the embroidery machine. So when you are stitching and you come up with a problem, somebody may say, oh, well, your tension is off. Now, one thing I will show you down here in the bobbin, you see how that thread is coming off right there? So it got looped around my thread, but why? Why did it do that? And this is why I stress when you have issues on your machine, you need to do a process of elimination. Don't just assume what's wrong. Don't just say, oh, well, it's your bobbin. Oh, it's your, and don't panic. Don't panic either. So take the time, do the process of elimination, and figure out what happened. Now for me, this is a good reason to be doing this project so that we can come up with these boo-boos and snafus and show you real time, real talk, how things work. So going back to this, you got your bobbin thread wrapping all crazy. My stuff is stuck. I can't pull it out. I'm gonna have to cut it with the scissors. So one of the first things I tend to do is look, okay, my needle, my thread is kind of slack there. I don't know what's going on with that, and I see it down there, so I know that's a problem. I'm gonna have to fix that because that's not supposed to be all tangled up and jammed up. But then when you come up and you follow your thread, I'm using just a bobbin. I'm not using a spool. But can you see? See what happened? You see where that thread is right down there? So look, it got caught around. That's what happened. It got caught around this little bottom part right here. So the machine acted up down here, and got tangled and stuck and caught because up here it can't pull any more thread. Look, it can't pull anymore. It's stuck. So you have to definitely make sure that you look at everything before you start saying, oh no, my bobbin, oh no, it's this, oh no, it's that. No, check your spool of thread up top too, okay? Check that spool up top as well. Bright Eyes, I can't get to join your hoop group, don't know why. Which hoop group, my dear, are you talking about on YouTube or are you talking about on our website? Hello, how are you? I love watching you, Tamara. Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate that. And hello, Maria. Angela Johnson. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And yes, if you need help, just give us a holler. Teresa, registering your Sew What Pro is in your menu of Sew What Pro. If you're in the demo version still, it should be when you open up the demo version, it should ask you if you want to register your software, the demo version. If it doesn't, then let's see, it's been a minute since I've had to register. So you can go into Sew What Pro and in the help menu, drop down to, let's see, about, no, not about, hold on, it's been a minute. And then mine is registered, so it may not show me where to do it, but somewhere in here is where you can go in and register your software. This is in the help menu. So if it's not showing as a demo version, you might already be registered, but if you're not, then go into maybe either about Sew What Pro or try going into license. One or the other, you should be able to register your software. Hello, Sean A. And Marianne says, I need a bell rung. I got an Eversewn Sparrow 20 sewing machine. Woo! You like sewing machines too? Yes! Congratulations. We like sewing machine babies too, as you can see. Especially when they're acting like they're supposed to. But I can't blame the machine too bad. So we're going to take a moment and unwrap this thread from around the darn do-flotchy thing. And I really should be using the little foam circle that sits on top of the spool thing. I really should be using that, and I'm not. So I can't be mad at nobody but myself on this thing. So let me cut this loose. Oh, wait a minute. Y'all ain't looking at that one. Now you're looking at that one. Okay. So we cut that loose. Now we can pull our top thread, and this looks a hot full mess, so we're gonna clean this up a little bit. All these, look at it, stray threads. So it's definitely a project that you'll need to, you know, sit down, take your time to fool with. It's not going to be a quick, fast project by any means. Definitely, and especially not until you get used to making them. And then once you get into your rhythm, you might can crank out, you know, several of these. I know Miss Crafty Patty probably can do about 5 of them in her sleep by now. But she had some beautiful bowls. So now that we have this, I'm going to put this back on the machine. All right, and put my cover back on. Maybe it will work if you sewed as you roll. Well, you have to start it first and stitch across to lock the bottom in place, or at least that's the way Miss Crafty Patty's was. And being that she's been doing this for quite some time and she had several of them, I like to follow the advice of folks that's done done several of them and gotten experience, a little bit of experience behind them. So, but yes, I haven't done this yet, and now we're sewing and we're not stuck at the top, so that made life simple. Okay, so once you, according to her video, if I'm remembering correctly, once you get it to the point where your little cinnamon roll is stitched together and it's cleaned up enough, even though mine still looks wonky crazy, then you want to turn it where the thread, the tail comes off on the right hand side, and then your roll comes off on this side. And she also pointed out that as this grows, as this circle gets bigger, then it's going to hang off the edge of your sewing machine if you don't have a table of some sort. So that's why my the apples game is sitting right here. It's almost perfectly flush with the sewing machine, so it's gonna hold my circle as it gets bigger. Okay, so I'm going to do as she says, and we're going to, and I think I'm missing a step, to be completely honest, but can't remember, so I'm going to wing it and start sewing this darn circle so that we can get this show on the road. And my thing, I'm looking up here and it got stuck around that thing again, but I just fixed it to keep it from getting worse. So what she suggests doing is stitching. I probably should have showed that first, actually. Take this off here. Yep, because it's getting stuck again. I can hear it spinning. I probably should use regular sewing thread instead of using this darn bobbin. But anyways, what she's doing is sewing zigzag from one rope to the other, so that it's squishing and stitching the two rope lines together as you go around in a circle. And as you continue to stitch bigger and bigger, it will kind of roll itself in a way, according to her tutorial. So we're just going to continue as it stitches to roll this all together. But I gotta make sure that the darn sewing machine is going to cooperate, right? So
camera's really fuzzy.
I know.
Really see.
I can't help that though, because it keeps what's a facing, and I don't know why. Oh, the light. Thank you. I guess that will work. That's smart.
Yeah, because it's really, I'm struggling to see what you're doing.
Oh no, my camera's that bad. I might can change cameras.
Yeah, you may need to switch the cameras.
Yeah, we doing like 12 things at one time. We trying to block light. We trying to Hey Shonda Smalls Willis, how are you? Welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube hoop group member. Woo! We got some blue mood lighting now. Alright y'all, so let's see. Make sure this is gonna cooperate. Like I said, I ain't never done this before, and I'm using like this little, not that it should matter, but this little budget sewing machine, because I don't sew that much. And I have like 6 sewing machines from when I used to sew, but I don't sew anymore, so I gotta get them serviced. They're all needing servicing. All right, let's try this again and see if, oh well, first of all, I'll rethread my needle. So do we see how this project is going already? We see right, which is why you don't do stuff for the first time live. It just don't work. Well, it does work. It works sometimes, but I knew I was running a risk, but I figured we'd have fun anyways. Hi from a rainy Atlanta. Robin said, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Hold on, I can't see. Did I bring my reading glasses? Y'all, it's sad. I gotta wear reading glasses now. Hold on, let me drop this foot so I can thread this needle without the foot being in the way. All right. Y'all. Okay. All right, back to the struggle. Okay, let's see if we and then too, some sewing machines don't like to sew slow. Has anybody else had that issue? Please tell me it ain't just me, because I've had sewing machines that are like, no, we need you to have some speed. We don't like this slow roll. Alright, so as this goes, nope, it doesn't like it, y'all. Look, it's getting stuck in. And then I'm gonna test something up if I keep going. Alright. Let's see if it's stuck in. Yep. I keep catching my bobbin. Could be. Alright. So I see we gonna fight this, y'all. Y'all gonna fight with me? Who's going to war with me? Let's look at the other side. I should have brought my reading glasses because I cannot see. The bobbin looks good from what I can tell. Don't feel bad. The story of my life. It always happens when you want to show someone anything. Yes, it does. It does. We know that's how it goes. Then two, I'm trying to think if this is the right bobbin as well. Let's see. Oh, bobbin didn't act up. Do I have it in correctly? Yes. Yes, I do. 1 minute. Yep, if I do. Did that move around? So maybe this is the bobbin. Alright, my husband also said that the thing was blurry. Is it horribly blurry? Avery's, I don't have a 16, I don't think. And then on top of that, I do have a 100 though. I have a size 100 needle. I don't even know what size the needle is that's in here. It could be a 3 for all I care. How do you make sure the design is in the right format of your embroidery machine? My machine uses PDS. Let me think on that. Let me go to the website. How I think is your changer using bobbin thread on top. I think so too, Maria. That's what I said earlier. That's what I said earlier. But guess what? It's so hard to find sewing thread nowadays. So we gon' which way am I gonna go? Hold on, y'all. Let me go to my studio and see if we can't find non-bobbin thread. I'm gonna do something I tell people not to do. Ooh, I'm gonna do something I tell people not to do, and we're gonna use embroidery thread. Yay! Only because I have no earthly clue. I gave all of my sewing thread to my dad back in March, April, whenever it was we were doing masks. And so I don't have sewing thread. I have serger thread, but I don't have sewing thread. Which, of course, serger thread and sewing thread technically is the same thing, but It's a great big cone, and then I'd have to find the, I don't think that's gonna work either, y'all. I'm gonna have to do this a little bit different. What's the name of that thing? Thread guide thingy, thread stand. I don't know where my threads is. Okay. All right. Is you gonna cooperate? I don't think you are. Put you right there. Put you right there. And put you right there. Okay. All right, Miss Maria. We gonna see if we can get this thing rolling. There's my bobbin thread. Here's my duplicate thread. All right, y'all. Who thinks it's gonna work? You seem so calm about having problems. I would be a wreck, especially for a show. Well, Roberta, I try not to take myself quite so seriously, because what I found is whenever I stress, it's just like not really necessary to stress. It's just things tend to work out eventually, and we make the best of situations. So, all right, now let's try it again. And my camera critique person back there in the back, do we still need to move the camera? And you know what else too? That's a tight, well, I don't know how to change the length right now. And it looks like in order to change the length, I'm gonna have to pull out a screwdriver or something, the way this machine is made. And we don't want to do that. All right, y'all. We're gonna get it done this time. Watch. Let's see. Do I need to change the camera?
It's kind of blurry, yeah.
It is?
It would help, yeah, because
Okay.
we can't really see what you're doing.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
We'll just get you another one, that's all, baby. You get one match. You see the difference?
Not really. Okay.
You might need some more light on it too, baby. See, you need to turn that light on.
I turned that light on, and when I turned that light on, it was tragic. It was too bright, and then you couldn't see anything. Oops, sorry, y'all.
Then you have a dimmer. That's what you could do.
It does, but it still was. I'm changing cameras. Is that better? Go back there and tell me, is it better, my dear? I have a camera assistant. Is that better? Y'all, huh? What? How? Y'all, this is crazy. I can't focus on the needle, babe. I can't. Well, actually, yes, I can. 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 Hold on. I'm right here. Y'all, he looking out for y'all, ain't he? He's so sweet. He want to make sure y'all can see, because he know I'm blind. We all blind. We need help. Let's see. Oh, look at me, y'all. I can zoom a little bit. What you think, dear? Is that better? All right, y'all. Tell me. Avery say we can see. I love it. This is so. Okay. Thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all can see me when it screws up again. That's what this is basically telling me. Better? Okay. Hopefully I won't mess it up, because my cord now is in my way, but it's okay. All right, y'all. Now let's see if the Marianne, was it Marianne? Hold on, who was it? Maria, I think you was on to something. Let's see. Nope. Yeah, no, it's acting up. I think it's the bobbin. I think I have the wrong size bobbin in here. Because it's acting up in the bobbin area. And my stitches look tragic, y'all. I don't like that. But then, too, it could just be too much for the machine. Look at that. Alright, y'all. We trying. I am not giving up. Woo! This is hilarious to me. Alright, so. Let's pull this tragic mess out. It looks bad. There we go. All right. So, here we go. All right. Maybe adjust your tension. Let's see. Should I loosen it or try to tighten it? Let's tighten it a little bit. Loosen it. That was loosening it. I couldn't go too much tighter. Yikes. You know what? I wonder if cleaning it out ain't the problem. Cause I see threads and stuff. So yes, y'all, sewing machines and embroidery machines, they all have the same problems. I see any more thread in there. Did I knock it over? No? Okay, good. Alright, Maria. Eve, does the machine have a pressure adjustment? Yes. Yes, it does. Manual, not automatic. This is like the El Cheapo machine at Walmart I could find. You talking about this? That I can let it up and down and stop all that crazy flopping that this dumb thing is doing. Alright, y'all. We done changed the tension. Let's see what happens. I like experimentation too, so don't get it twisted. This ain't hurting my feelings in the least little bit. And then I'm gonna put it back on a different zigzag. Where are we at? Can't feed the thread properly. I don't know, because this has been in it shouldn't be an issue with that though, Maria, because before I put it in storage, it was stitching just fine. It was stitching just fine, but it sat for the time that it took for us to put everything in storage, wait until we closed on the house, wait until we closed on the new house, and then moved in, so it was in storage. So it could be time for a tune-up. I'm getting old, y'all. I can't see no more. Am I the only one that threads my needle with my mouth open? God, that's embarrassing. So glad y'all can't see me right now. I need to go get my reading glasses. Let's see. Actually, okay, no, they ain't on top of my head. I was like, maybe I got them anyway. There we go. Yes. Heavier machine. Yeah, Miss Social Dev, I figured we'd give it a shot on this, oh man, that's a much bigger, wider stitch. Hey, that's doing good. What did I do different? I changed the stitch. Come on. Only thing is, the stitch is closer together, and it's stitching more like a embroidery machine, almost like a satin stitch, and I'm not feeling that. We want much wider, so maybe that's what the problem was. Oh, I don't thread it with the first foot down. I only okay, so is stitching? But it's stitching like an embroidery machine. Y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. That's not how we want this to stitch. Putting a piece of tearaway stuff underneath so you can think of the name so you know might help it feed better. Tension change. Yeah, we did change the tension. Thread dimension. Hold that thread. No, I didn't hold the thread. My mom used to do that thread with her mouth open. Hey Clementina, how are you? Let's try number 2. I'm just messing with all kind of stuff. Well, definitely need to and see that's too narrow. Okay, let's look at these darn stitches so y'all can see what I'm dealing with. See how right in there it turned into like a embroidery satin stitch, which is crazy. Oh, sorry, not right there, like right in there. And then, yeah, we gotta figure out a good balance. We did change the tension, so that seemed to have helped as well. Sorry, those annoy me. All right, so we definitely, I like that stitch, and that's what I did earlier. So I need to get back to that stitch. But at any rate, you can see what the whole lengthen your stitch, tearaway stabilizer, lengthen the stitch. Yeah, lengthening the stitch. Look at what these nuts got me going through to lengthen the stitch. So I'm gonna have to figure out, put something up in that darn hole to lengthen the stitch, because these folks don't love me. There we go. Thank you. All right. Yeah, just the cord. All right. So lengthening the stitch. Let's see if these scissors will do it. I can't even see up in there to know what the heck I'm doing. Avery's Creation, what you got me doing? Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's a flat head. Sure enough. Okay. Let's see. All right. Do I really want to get up from this chair and go lengthen the stitch? Avery's Creations. Do I really want to? Y'all like seeing struggling with me? Let's get a flat head. Let's get a flat head. I think this will fit that hole. Watch the difference. Okay. Show us your choices again on the dial. Which dial, babe? Oh, you talking about the fat one? This one? So the one I liked was number 3. Actually. But right now I got it on 2. 2 is too small. Definitely too small. I like number 3. These were too tight. So, oh shoot, it fits up in there, y'all. Okay, so it said turn it this way to go longer. So what you think, Miss Marianne? 4 was too wide. I didn't like fur, but we'll put it on fur anyway. Now that we done changed the tension, maybe it'll work. I didn't like fur. All right, y'all, we gonna get this. Now, when I'm on the embroidery machine, I ain't got to worry about this mess. Stupid sewing machine. I'm trying to tell y'all. Me and sewing have a love-hate relationship. I love to sew, but sewing don't love me. Oh, she said, hold that thread. I don't usually hold no thread, so. Whoop. Why is we jumping again? But, yeah, no. Y'all, I'm pretty sure that's the bobbin. Yeah, you hear that crunch? It was doing a better. That adjustment you made was for the buttonhole. Okay. Uh-oh, yeah, see, look. Something didn't like something. I think we need to put that adjustment back. This is hilarious to me. All right. All right. All right. Oh, let's cut that too. That was not the right thread. Okay, there we go. Are we gonna get us a bowl, or are we? See, that's perfect there. That's why I think it's the bobbin. What it? Who watched Powerpuff Girls? Mojo Jojo. No, my bobbin ain't messed up. So what gives, man? All right. All right, Marianne, we are on number 4. Leave the buttonhole area, go to regular zigzag stitching. That's what I did, if I'm not mistaken. That's what we did. We went through regular zigzag on number 4. You hear that? Y'all hear that? That sounds like bobbin to me. That's bobbin issues. So I think I got the wrong size bobbin, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I just grabbed one that I use with the that machine over there. But usually brother uses the same bobbin, so yeah, see, you heard it too. Yeah, I don't like that crunch sound. And it stems from below, because it starts below and then it jerks it up top. That's how I'm figuring this. Okay. Try rethreading the entire machine. Miss one, I'm gonna tell you what I'm about to do with this machine. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. What do we say? We love you. I say it's the bobbin. Class 15. I don't know what class this is. I just grabbed some pre-filled, pre-wound bobbins that I had that don't go to my embroidery machines, industrial machines. She said, no, keep trying. I will. But let me see something. What is this one? Is this the same thing? Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, no, I don't tend to fight. I don't tend to care for fighting. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Let's see what this does. This is a class 15 right here. And I'm pretty sure. I don't think class 15 is it. It's been a minute though, so let's see. Oh, yeah, you know what? I haven't put a new needle in this darn thing in forever. Forever. I'm going to torture myself with this 15 real quick before we change the needle. Nope. I don't like the 15 either. Needle too small, Avery says. Alright, y'all, we're going to do a needle. Let's change the needle. Change the needle. Well, I'm serious. I probably need to clean this darn, whatever this area is, because I've shredded thread so much in the last 10 minutes. Try flat fabric and see if it's a thickness problem. Not a bad thought, ma'am. Not a bad thought at all. But meanwhile, I'm gonna go grab a bigger needle. Alright. We gonna figure it out. I probably should have tried sewing with this darn thing before I got on here with y'all, so that we wouldn't be having these here issues. But I didn't. And I like being spontaneous. Because being spontaneous is more fun. Assuming it's the LA, I think the adjustment for thickness is at the top of the machine. There is not a thing up at the top of this machine at all, except the guides. Miss Marianne, I love the interaction too, actually. Brother. Miss Social Davis, the brother LX 3817. Oh, she said 3817. Where do you see some adjustment on the top of the machine? Ain't nothing up here. Ain't nothing up here. Up on top. You don't see? See? There's nothing up here except bobbin thingy, whatever this is called, and where the bobbin winder is, and the spool holder. There's not a team up there. Not a team. Come on, bro. Sit down in there like you was. And now my camera trying to act funky. Stupid camera. Alright. If you tried before, you would not have that, you know. Yeah, probably. But then, what does that give us? Content! Yay! Okay, so I have leather needles. I have anti-glue needles that Mr. Will sent us. I have jeans denim needles, which I think the leather and the jeans are pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna say Will's for a special occasion. Need a brother bobbin. I'm pretty sure these are brother bobbins. More than positive they are. It's just again, the very same thing that we would be going through for an embroidery machine is the same thing that you're going to go through with the sewing machine. The whole point is to is that all the way in there? Yeah. The thing is, you want to do process of elimination before we start saying, yes, it's this, and yes, it's that. That's the problem. You need a new machine, you need an old machine. Before we get into all of that, you want to do process of elimination, and then go from there. Jeans needle. I'm going to do as was suggested and rethread the whole thing. Presser foot is up, because I learned that the hard way a very, very, very long time ago, and I swore since then I would never leave the presser foot down while threading the machine. Alright. Booyah. Okay, so that's done. That's done. This is not done, but I'm going to put this right there. Make sure it's not in the way. And we are going to test with this stabilizer. Stabilizer. All right. Look at that. Look at that beautiful stitching. Look at that beautiful stitching. Look at that tension. Perfect. Perfect. Alright. So if we have issues with this, then I'll know that it's this. You know what? Somebody mentioned that. Hold on. Let's do this too. Let's see if maybe this was the issue, because it is kind of, it's catching. So it could have been this all along, because it's catching the bottom of the darn dooflappy squat. Whatever the name, the presser feet. Not presser feet, teeth. So let's see. Look at that. Look at that. LMNOP right there. I bet you any amount of money it was not wanting to slide on the bottom of this here thing. Alright. Now that we cooking with Crisco, I can't drop the feed dogs on this machine. This is a El Cheapo machine. It ain't the highfalutin where I shouldn't have to worry about anything. I think I might have paid $59, $69, something like that last year for this machine, which I'm glad I did, because couldn't find a sewing machine to save my life a couple of months ago, because I was trying to find a sewing machine for my auntie. And now mine ain't gonna be as pretty as Miss Crafty Patty. She say go eat with your bad self. Process of elimination, y'all. Process of elimination. That's pretty much what this boils down to. Don't give up, don't get mad, don't get frustrated, just keep going until you figure it out. And it also helps to have a cheerleading squad like Miss Marianne and Miss Maria and Avery's Creations. Avery's Creations. I love y'all. This is hilarious. Okay, so this is gonna be all kind of crooked and all over the map, but guess what? I'm gonna cherish this bowl with everything I got in my soul, because I stitched this with y'all and we had a good time struggling through it. How long did it take to struggle? Is it 10 o'clock yet? It's 10:16. Man, I ain't gonna get to embroider this thing with y'all. That makes me a little bit sad. Because it's going to take forever to, not really forever, but it's going to take a while to get this big enough to do the 4x4 design. So come on, stabilizer. She said, Pamela Smith, no Crisco. You wrestled with a 24-pound Tom turkey. Please tell me. I shouldn't have took my eyes off of it. Should not have taken my eyes off of it. Looking at the chat. Nope. Yep. I done ticked it off again. Nope. Yeah, I ticked it off. Let's see. What did I do now? Oh, look at how far we got, y'all. We did good before it bunched up under the darn bobbin again. Came up off of it right there. A little bit. And I swear it don't help. I'm sewing this thing from the side of the from the side of the sewing machine so that y'all can see. Alright. Let's clean this thing back out again. Had to squeeze the wings of the hips of that bird into your roaster. Girl. I bet him was good when you got done. It's one thing I do like. I love poultry. I love turkey. Cook turkey all the time. I do not wait until the end of the year. Cook it 365 days is prime for cooking a turkey around here. And I keep frozen turkey and turkey broth in my freezer at all times. All right. I think that time was the thread because y'all, I don't have sewing machine thread up there. I have not sewing machine, that's the wrong word. The spool is embroidery, so it's not sitting on the spool pin. I got it sitting behind the sewing machine and the thread coming up the back of the sewing machine. So I think it got wedged or something. Look at us. Go us. Go us. Go us. Oh my God. This is hilarious to me. Okay. Whoops. Oh, kind of crooked. Up. I'll keep tearing it up some kind of way. Oh, look there, I'm running out of stabilizer up under it too. Running out of stabilizer. I think it's probably getting caught, y'all, because I ain't got no stabilizer up under here. I'm gonna put us another piece. Well, thank you, Kimberly. Thank you very much. All right, where's another piece? See, stabilizer coming in handy for sewing too. Yes, this is tearaway. It's supposed to be tearaway wash away, but uh-oh. No, that didn't have nothing to do with it. But I cussed. I'm about to tear all the way up. But as Miss Leela Nelson found out, the wash away part of this stabilizer is not the best. I never necessarily, I never personally rather tried to use the wash away part, and I just used it, and then I ain't got no complaints from the customers. So I assumed, probably incorrectly, that all was okay. And after the show, y'all, well, that didn't help. After the show, I'm going to clean this out. I'm going to take this whole plate off. As a matter of fact, let's take this plate off just because I'm feeling like doing it. Reminds me of beginning sewing classes, sewing on paper with lines on it. Yeah, I never got to take sewing class, not at school. I wanted to, but I never did. We're gonna open this up just to be sure there's no thread or something down in here that is rearing its ugly head. And I just don't know it. Ta-da-da! Nothing under there. No burrs or rough spots. And I don't see anything that could be, well, actually. Go ahead, booger. Ah, crap. Where's, oh, there you are. Now, who knows what you've been doing down in there, but hopefully you ain't the culprit. Because if so, I'm gonna be real sad. Alright. And that, boys and girls, is how you snatch off the plate of the El Cheapo sewing machine. Yay! Hey, Jan McKinney, how are you? Yes, Miss Debbie D. That's one of the other things people are using these for. They'll do coasters, they'll do trivets, which I love, 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 love trivets. I'm a trivet person wholeheartedly. I'm forever bringing hot plates to the table and setting them on my cast iron trivets. But sometimes it's nice to have a regular trivet instead of a cast iron one, because the cast iron one is very heavy. So yes, trivet is a definite plus. The bowls are super cute too, though. The bowls are very cute. Amazon, yes, shop is definitely open. And the link should be in the description of this video, because I keep the link in there now. Alright, y'all. Let's see if it makes that noise again. We changed the needle. We changed the top thread. We added stabilizer. And there we go. Oh man, I was doing good. What foot are you using? I have no clue, Allison. This foot is the foot that, okay, so I'm gonna tell you about this foot and my sewing machine situation. My, as I mentioned earlier, my stuff has been in storage. I had to put my entire studio house and all in storage, everything in storage, while we waited on closing on the new house. And in the process, look at there. That's something you don't want to see, is shredding in this part of the machine. There we go. That's not good because they'll leave thread entrails in the machine. But at any rate, so I had a whole collection of presser feet. Ask me where my collection of presser feet are. And then I'll also ask if anyone in here knows where my presser feet are. Because I don't know. My presser feet are MIA. They're somewhere sitting in a box having a good life because they're not being used and abused. So I wish I knew where they were so that I could use my zipper foot. My zipper foot is MIA. You know, it's just lovely, lovely, lovely time. Lovely time. Look at that. Who told me to hold the thread? Who told me to hold the thread? I forget who it was. Hey. Look at that. That's getting caught. Why is that getting caught right there? That could be the problem too. My presser foot is not up. And for the 50th time threading this machine tonight. So at any rate, who asked about the presser foot? Where did I see that? Looks like the J foot that comes with the machine. Who knows? All I know is I do have a whole blame collection of presser feet somewhere on the premises. Where they are, I don't know. Whole darn collection. Big old box. They came labeled and everything, all pretty and laid out in sections and stuff. But because I don't sew regularly, it keeps getting caught, y'all. Look at there. And then it jumped, you can't see. It jumped out of the darn, that right there. It jumped out. So yeah, my sewing machine is fighting me tonight. And we about to go to blows. Knockdown stitching. Yes, Minky is pretty on Minky. Knockdown is. Especially if you have it, you know, like not super close up on it, but close up on it. It's really pretty. So, who wants a sewing machine? An LX3817 for sale. Nah, I ain't gonna sell my machine. Alright. Oh, I'm gonna try something. A project for another night, girl. A project for a drink. And trying to keep them fighting. I want to see something. Whoops. I want to see something, y'all. Hang on, just humor me for a minute. When threading the machine, turn the tension to 0 and have the foot up. This helps the thread go in between the tension discs. Well, the foot is up. If I come to thread this thing, before I get past that, I always look at the foot to see if it's up. So I know the foot is up. Now, whether or not the tension discs are on 0, that's a different story. I don't usually change my tension But whoops. Okay. No, this thing is gonna stress me, but I'm not gonna let it. Yeah, I think it's all the way up. No, it wasn't all the way up. It wasn't all the way up. It's so still. It wasn't all the way up. She saw sewing machines at Walmart on Wednesday. You about to see this one on the side of the road. That's what you about to see. Look at that. Look at that. Just that quick. Just that quick. So yeah, not sure what's wrong, but y'all see it's so good. Now I'm gonna tell you something that's just this country. Okay, humor me for a minute. We're gonna set y'all on top of this sewing machine that's trying real hard to take me off, but I'm not gonna let it. So, sad thing is, I'm sewing on this 3817 LX that somebody figured out. And the embroidery machine, SE425, is a sewing machine too. So if I really wanted to, I could be sewing this over there and then put the embroidery attachments and stuff back. But guess who ain't trying to be switching out all them doohickeys by the foot to switch it? Yeah, no. So I could make it a little bit easier on myself and use that one, but I'm just not trying to hear it. So not sure why this one is fighting me. But I'm not going to stress out about it. But I'm going to switch. Y'all, whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to jerk the camera. Oh, there we go. Okay. Boop. Okay. So what I am going to do real quick while y'all are over there, we got pretty decent. What size is this? I was trying to go for at least 5 inches. I know that is not what this is. But we did get to 4 inches. Go us. Go us. So if I wanted to, I could go ahead and put this on the embroidery machine and see if the embroidery machine can handle it. So what do y'all think? You want to try it on the embroidery machine? It's 10:30. I'm like, what the heck? Why not? At this point in time. She said, yay. Hilarious. Now, I don't have a denim needle on the embroidery machine, but on the website for Embroidery Library, they suggest a regular embroidery needle. Try it. That's funny. Y'all funny. Y'all got jokes. Okay. Then let's switch y'all over there. Ta-da-da. Y'all don't want to see wall that needs to be painted because I haven't gotten around to painting yet. Put you down. Put you down. All right. All right. All right. Oh, that's what's wrong. Let's see. Let's move this. Because otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get to y'all. I mean, get to the embroidery machine. Okay. All right. So I already have my design loaded. And this definitely ain't going to work. Hold on. The camera cord is in the way. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to have to go around the other side of the machine because if I don't, then I'm going to knock the, yank the camera off the stand, and that's not what we want. Okay. So on this, I already have stabilizer on here, and I already have the design in the machine. And I already have the thread, I already have the bobbin. The only thing I didn't have over here is the trivet, or this thing, because we needed to stitch it. So I am going to now, of course, because this is exactly 4 inches, I'm hoping that the design is going to stitch like it's supposed to. And keep in mind, because this is eventually supposed to turn into a bowl, the whatever this is, line that's coming off of it, you're not supposed to cut it, because we're going to finish this. If I had a sewing machine that was cooperative, that is, we would finish this and make it bigger and then turn it into the bowl after doing the embroidery on the flat part. So I am guesstimating the center, because usually with this machine it starts in the center, it comes to rest in the center when you turn the machine on, and that's where it is right now. I could tape this down, but I'm just gonna hold it because I ain't got time for all that. Not tonight. And that could be a bad decision, but guess what? We finna make a bad decision. So hold on. Look at there. And it shifted on me because I didn't tape it down. So hold on. Let's go back. Oh no, that's not right. Okay, there we go. Now, why did it go all the way to the top? That's what the ham sandwich I want to know. All right. And this is what I'm gonna do. Adjust. Okay. Now we're gonna make this thing stitch. Interestingly enough, this is a design that we cut apart in the ninja class. So if you were in one of the first 2 ninja classes, this is the snowflake design that I cut apart that we're using on here, because I took a design that was almost 6 by 6 and chopped it down to make it 4 by 4. Y'all, this is embroidering pretty. Not that I, doubted what the embroidery library people said, but this is actually really pretty. Now, it may embroider off of the thing. I hope not, but it might. Much better than I thought it would. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know what in the world is going on with my sewing machine, but we're gonna have a nice private talk after the show tonight. Nice private talk. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, it's stitching out really nice. Yeah, we had to switch gears, Mr. Worm. We had to switch gears. Hey, happy Scrappy 45. How are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Go for Buffalo. Go for Buffalo. Go for Buffalo. So you can do this project with a 4x4 embroidery machine. And 9 times out of 10, I have the 9014 needle on here. 9 times out of 10. Yes, you need a cooperative sewing machine, Miss Shirley Stewart. That is for certain. That perseverance. Yes, after the initial stitches, I held on to it. After it did this over there, it probably could have been just fine. But once it started stitching this bigger arc, I just went on and let go because it does end up stitching itself in place, so you don't have to worry about it moving. Y'all, look at us. Hello. All right, so that was the gray. Whoops, I done dropped the pen. Lord Jesus, now watch I step on it. I hope not. I got on bedroom shoes and it'll go straight through. And we're gonna do this pretty blue for the snowflakes. Guess I should have used this for the sewing as well. I guess I should have, but I did not. Uh-oh, did I block my channel trying to block the light? Yes, I did. Thread right. It's hard to do stuff from the sides instead of. Oh, I did that wrong. Hold on, I can't do this from the side. Hold on, y'all. I got squeeze in here. Come on, Frank, get it together. All right, cover you back up. Squeeze back out the way. Minus the tragic looking hold the trivet together stitches. Yes, I am using white bobbin thread with this, yes. Yes, painter's tape for the light. This is a top stitch needle. 90-14 top stitch needle. Why not 75-11? Because the 90-14 is a little sturdier, and to help cut down on needle breaks, I just use the 90-14. From what I understand in the tutorial on Embroidery Library, I think they use the 90-14. I'm sorry, the 75-11 needle for theirs. I think I'd have to look it up just to be sure. But now keep in mind though that the light, airy embroidery designs are better for this type of project, because you are stitching through thick cord, so it would be better to find a kind of a lightweight design instead of a thick heavy design. So Embroidery Library has some really cool designs that will work. Also Designs by Juju has some designs that will work. But the lighter and less stitches, the better. As you see, it's jumping a little bit because it is thick. And this is a thick design. Girl, if you have 5 needle breaks, definitely check in your bobbin area. Make sure everything is nice and clean. Make sure that you didn't nick your bobbin case. And, well, actually, let me rephrase that. If you've been stitching since the 5 needle breaks and you ain't had any issues, then you're good. I've never made the bowl before. This was my first time. And what I was finding is, for whatever reason, on my sewing machine, the feed dogs were grabbing the back of the rope. And it was making the embroidery tragic. We had a much better result after putting a foundation up under it while I was sewing. Now, whether or not that's necessary for someone else that's doing this project, I don't think so. But being that this machine is an El Cheapo sewing machine, and there could have been, maybe my feed dogs are too high, or I don't know, there's something going on with my machine and it wasn't cooperating with us. So the stabilizer made it easier I didn't have to struggle to turn the circle with the stabilizer on the back. So it may work just fine on your sewing machine, but on mine I needed something to help with the sliding of the trivet or the rope over the top of the feed dog. So that's why we used it. You switch to the other brand of needles, that's good. That can help too. In some instances, certain machines just don't play well. That's why I say some people, with embroidery, with sewing, there's no absolute, really, with either one. Your absolute depends on the equipment that you're using. It depends on the condition of the equipment that you're using. It depends on the material that you're using to create your project on your equipment. I mean, there's a lot that comes into factor what is the better choice to make things work when you're working on a project. So I'm using 90-14 needle, and I'm pretty sure I'm using the Schmitz brand. And if that's the case, right now it's working just fine. Whereas over here on the sewing machine, you know, I'm using a jeans needle. It's the Schmitz brand. It's acting up. It's not wanting to cooperate. I don't know what the aggravating factor is right now, but it's a process of elimination. So what works with one person may not work with the other person. So that's why usually when we make suggestions on this channel, I try and tell folks this is what worked for me under my situation with my equipment. You try and do a test with you and your equipment and your materials and see if it works for you. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, then we'll have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what works for you. But these are the steps that I went through to determine whether or not it was appropriate for my situation or not. So keep that in mind if you decide to do this project. Keep in mind you may have to, like this is getting to be really heavy, as you can see. It's making a whole heck of a lot more noise than it was making before in certain areas, but that's because it was going back over stitches. So you have to, you know, figure out what works better for your equipment and your situation. Hopefully this doesn't go off the trivet. If it does, then we'll stop it. Not trivet, but the rope. It was getting off close. Yes, some clothesline cord can be tough. And this is a thinner clothesline. So spray sometimes can cause a problem, but in a lot of instances, you know, again, process of elimination, and you figured out that it was the needle, and that's commendable that you took the time. Don't get frustrated and figure out what in the world is going on and what changed. Why is it not working? And that's something that I'll have to do with the sewing machine, because as I mentioned, this is my first time sewing with this sewing machine in months. So it could be it needs a tune-up, it could need oil, it could be the tension is off because I'm using a thicker material. There's a lot of different variables that I'm going to have to take the time and sit and look at, and the 2 hours and answering chat and trying to keep, you know, the hoop group moving instead of y'all sitting there watching me trying to figure stuff out, you know, was a bit much. So I'll do that after the fact, and then once we get it figured out and get a bowl going, then we'll post in the hoop group and let y'all see the progress and what I found might have been the problem. I'll definitely post that as well. Yeah, I thought about the bobbin holder possibly being having something wrong with it, because, you know, as I mentioned, it's been a while since I used it, and I can't remember if I had any issues the last time I used it. I don't think I did, but I just need to sit down and fool with it. But as you saw, it stitched the zigzag stitch on the stabilizer perfectly without any issues. So I don't know. We'll have to see. As you see, this is stitching beautifully. We have one more this last snowflake, and then it'll be done. We're like almost on time too. But this is a little bitty snowflake. go-to sewing machine. That Singer, oh, I can sew anything on that Singer, but it needs to be tuned up, unfortunately, so I can't use it right now. All right, let's cut this because it didn't trim like it's supposed to. I need a new trimmer. Ta-da! Hold on, let's get y'all switched over so that y'all can, sorry for swinging you around. My bad. And we'll get a better camera for our secondary camera next time. But we got snowflakes and swirls with our snowflakes. And unfortunately, the stitching on the for the background is horrifying. So it draws the eye away from it, but it's not that big of a deal. It's the very first one I've ever done. So thank y'all for joining me for my very first one. That was pretty cool. And what I am going to do is try to finish, finish this after me and the sewing machine has a good talking to after the show. We're gonna have to have a talk, so we'll let you know how that turns out. So I appreciate it. Miss One says they just like teenagers, you never know when they'll act up and go off track. Right. Yes, courting. I'm sorry, Marge, thank you for pointing that out. That was what I meant to mention earlier, but I couldn't remember the name of it. Courting will work too. Courting is the braided rope that a lot of upholsterers use to create that thick border around pillows and on furniture, pillows, things like that. So cording can work. Yes. You're welcome, Michelle. I had hoped to have a finished bow for y'all tonight, but somebody who will remain nameless had other plans. So we'll see what we can do for the next show. Since we did embroidery this time, what I'm thinking of is maybe some bling, because I do have another project that's been boiling in the background, and I'm super excited to do that. But the only thing is not quite as exciting as the embroidery, what I'm thinking about doing, but it's actually really cute. So I don't know, I think you guys will like that, and we'll see about having some fun with some rhinestones, and get you guys blinging some things. You got a serger on sale yesterday. Holler. She said hubby will have to get you a new machine. Ha, that's funny. So at any rate, hopefully I didn't miss anybody that came in. Thank y'all for joining us. It was fun. Trial and error is not necessarily my favorite, but it is my favorite because it lets you see that not all projects are created equal. Not all projects are going to turn out the way we expect them to. And that being the case, it's better to just keep on going with it and have some fun, see what you can make out of it. So we'll see how this turns out. And worst case scenario, if I can't sew any more to it, it would make a really cute mug rug, right? Mug rug for my coffee. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us this evening. I had a blast as always. I really appreciate each one of you every time you come on a regular basis. It makes it more fun. And it also appeals to the cohesion of the family, of the group, and we thank you for that. If you have any projects, like if you want to do the rope bowl or the rope mug rug, the rope coaster, the rope trivet, whatever you decide you want to do, if you give it a shot, post pictures of it in the Hoop group. We would love to see it, see some success stories, so that we'll have something to be inspired off of. And you know, it could work out that it would be a good idea to inspire someone else on, get them up and pumped and ready to work on a project themselves. So I appreciate you all. I look forward to seeing you all next week when we get us some shiny bling together and have some fun with some bling. And until the next time we see you all, we are wanting you to have happy embroidering. Well, everybody except for somebody who will remain nameless right now. But y'all have a good night. Bye.